Greetings, fellow Muppet-holics. Tiki here.
And BlueDragonFive.
And AdvBlueDude.
And Monkey.
And welcome to the third installment of our epic retrospective podcast on the feature-length theatrical Muppet films, Muppet Movie Month.
Yes!
And today we will be talking about the Muppets Take Manhattan. Yes.
Correct.
So let's roll the film and get moving right along.
Moving right along.
Alright, so how are you guys?
Muppet-tastic.
Fantastic. Alright, great. So, yes, we are back. We are in the middle of Muppet Movie Month, all building up to the premiere of the Muppet TV show, of course. August will be the feature films, and then September will be a selection of Muppet episodes, so good stuff.
Yeah.
But we have come to the third in the original Muppets trilogy, called The Muppets Take Manhattan, and I think this is definitely, we're getting into the films that, for our age group, this is like, it's starting to be more nostalgic and less like, okay, this is kind of like around the time where our parents would have grown up with this, or not necessarily our parents per se, but you know what I mean, like Muppet Movie, no one was alive in the 70s.
This is 84.
Muppet Movie was 84?
No, this
Muppet
is
Movie
84. This is 84. That was 79.
I thought this was 83 or something. I'll check.
The
Okay,
Muppet,
look.
Muppet movie was 70.
No, it's 84.
79.
I'm wrong. Sorry.
Okay, I'm digging myself a hole. All I'm saying is that we're getting to the point where we can kind of remember these a little bit more from our childhood in terms of, like, these were kind of, like, more in the consensus of pop culture at the time.
I remember seeing this in theaters when it came out.
I was glued to the first two, Tiki. I mean, this one was there, but I was glued to the first still.
No, I hear you. So with that in mind, let's go through everything. Let's do it. Let's to start us off, let's go to the screenplay.
Okay, so pretty simple, folks. Let me give you what happened. Let me catch you up, the audience, the dear humble audience, like catch you up to what happens in the movie. So we start with a long helicopter shot. No, I'm kidding. So we see the Muppets are graduating college through a musical number. They try taking Manhattan Melodies, their thesis play, if you will. You know,
their variety show.
Yep.
Yes.
Taking Manhattan Melodies to Broadway, looking for a backer. They find they find a backer, doesn't go so well. Looking for an actual one, no luck. You know, they go around, getting a lot of doors slammed in their face. So basically, they separate. Given that there's no luck finding anyone to kind of buy this thing, or like let them produce it, let them put it on Broadway. They said they're going to separate, but they vow to write Kermit the Frog and then reunite once things get going again. You know, once they actually have something to do, they'll all come back and they'll do the play. But until then, go into the far corners of the earth, so to speak. Kermit still believes in it. You know, he gets a job at Pete's, going to pay the frog bills in the meantime, while he's looking for someone to help with the play and put it on Broadway, looking for a good producer for it. He's got a master plan, putting that into effect with the help of Jenny, a very helpful young woman who he meets at Pete's Diner. With her help, he tries getting the show off the ground, so to speak. And Biggie's following him secretly, a little creepily, but still following him.
Yes.
We see throughout the whole thing, we periodically get letters from the rest of the Muppets, letters from the Muppet Pals, so to speak. Not the Puppet Pals, that's from Dexter's Lab. These are the Muppet Pals. Eventually, they get someone to produce the show. But just as that happens, Kermit the Frog gets amnesia. They're all preparing for the show. Yep, I know, big old soap opera plot twist, but with Muppets. So, Kermit the Frog gets amnesia as they all prepare for the show and frantically look for Kermit. Kermit! Looking all over the place. We're not like Being Money. No, that's a different sort of search party. They got organized for that. I mean, looking for Kermit the Frog. Because he's the priority, see.
Have you guys seen a body?
Anyway, so eventually, as they find Kermit, they snap him out of his amnesia, and the show goes on. with and ends with an ambiguous wedding of sorts. Whether it happened or did not happen is up to the audience. You know?
Yeah.
It's like the top from
Yeah.
Inception, folks. You don't know what happens.
I mean, they kind of
Either way,
explicitly
it's odd
said
to
that it
watch in
happened.
light of recent news.
Yeah, it's always been. We'll get into it, but anyway, that's the movie in a nutshell, folks.
Okay, so let's go on to how we felt.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, I guess I'll start.
Go ahead. Yeah.
This, I don't have as much nostalgic connection to this as I do to the other two, for sure. I definitely watched the other two more. Having said that, I definitely think that this is the one that has the most sentimentality to it in a way. I think it's the one that probably has the most kind of heavy-hitting themes to it. And my God, I mean, all I gotta say, and of course we'll talk more about it when we get into the songs and everything, but the image of Fozzie on that fucking train with that fucking teddy bear is the most sad thing ever. It's like, just thinking about that image makes me tear up. It's, oh my God, let alone the way he delivers that final line in that song. Oh God. So, yeah, I mean, there's definitely really good qualities to it, and like I said, I think I really like the moral of this movie, and there's a lot of fun shenanigans to it. Like, the amnesia plot, for as ridiculous as it is, I love the payoff with the with the frogs that Kermit joins. It's very disturbing the way that Kermit loses his personality so quickly.
Yeah, it's kind of realistic when you think about it. It's like if you had amnesia, you wouldn't know how you sounded. You know, you might not be able to put that back together again.
Right. All right.
It sounds a little off. Interesting ideas there.
So that's how I felt. Monkey. How you felt?
Right. Forgot that pun. I mean, it's definitely got its moments, and like I said, the sentimentality, like you really gotta admire Kermit's drive to get this going. Like the scene with him on top of the Empire State Building. I mean,
this frog's gonna stay.
Yeah, the frog is staying. Maybe I'm just tainted by hearing what Doug Walker had said, but I don't know if I'd say it's my. I don't think it's a horrible film. No, I'm not trying to sound terribly negative, but I don't know if I'd call it my favorite. And if I may, I'm sure we'll get into this later, I'm not a fan of Manhattan Melodies at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, are we getting
I'd
into
say
something
this has
later?
by far the weakest opening and by far the weakest closing out of the first.
I wouldn't say opening.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
openings.
say opening. Closing, yeah.
Doesn't
not
make
so
much sense, but it's good.
Well, I mean, yeah, but let's think about the way that the other two movies open. The other two movies open where it's like they open in such spectacular fourth wall breaking,
of course, Caper has the hilarious opening. You know?
I mean,
Yeah,
at the same
opening
time,
of this movie is really quaint, and I think it was supposed to be.
Okay, I can see
it's
that.
a tone setter.
I mean, I do really like the way they do the titles with just all the sky shots, like the overhead flying shot, the music, coming.
Nothing beats the opening of the Caper, in my opinion, with the Muppets. You know, is that Caper?
No, I absolutely agree. I love Animal at the very beginning.
Yeah, as he scared the MGM line, you know.
Are we talking about experiences with the film later, or
no? The experiences now. You know how you felt. Your experience, the whole thing.
Yeah, it's kind of funny with me. So in the past, I kind of knew what happened in the movie, but whenever I'd catch it on TV, it would always be after Kermit got hit. So somehow, that's always where I would come in after he.
Which one's that's most shocking?
But so it's a funny story. So I had a couple years back, I had a Broadway trip. And then, what film are we watching in film class when I come back?
Oh, God.
Muppets Take Manhattan.
Good.
I mean, how perfect is that timing? We watched the teaser for it, and I'm like, Times Square Music Box Theater, I was just there. So, it's wonderful having a whole I was just there element, say, like there's so much, like there's definitely more fall protection on the Empire State viewing area now.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
oh yeah.
And like, and say Kermit ignoring the "Don't Walk" sign. Yeah, it's like after being in Broadway, I can definitely say I can't blame him too much for doing that.
Kermit does have like kind of a height, disparaging height thing. You might not be able to see that for all we know.
Yeah, I mean, just considering the kind of disregard for
Yeah.
don't walk signs I saw there. Like I've heard that the way you know who the tourists are is that they obey the walk signs.
That's funny.
Like when we arrived there, we were doing that like maybe halfway through, we're just crossing through the middle of the street because no one's crossing, no cars coming or anything.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
Yeah, it's just funny the timing of that. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Okay.
What's your blue dude?
I mean, I grew up with this movie. This was my Muppet movie. I mean, I grew up going to New York City, and
Yeah.
so like it was always kind of there, and god damn it. So like I sort of had a connection to this film mainly, like not just because of that, but also this was like the one Muppet movie I owned and watched.
That can do it for you, for sure. That can do it.
That's not a bad reason at all.
No, but I mean, like I've always liked it, and it's sentimental, I suppose. It's definitely not the best, but I do think it's really underrated, I feel. Because
I
nobody talks
think it's
about it.
underrated in terms of just how much heart it has.
Yeah, that as well,
you
yeah.
can say that.
Mhm.
I just don't ever hear anyone talking about Muppets Take Manhattan.
Yeah.
I just think the first two just kind of overshadow it.
Oh,
You know
sure.
what I
They
mean?
absolutely do. They absolutely do.
No
Yeah.
question. No.
Okay. BlueDragonFive?
Yeah, it's kind of piggybacking off of that. You know, to me, this was it's kind of funny with this one. It's an odd one. This movie feels very different. It's like this is the movie that they changed formula with. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They
sure.
changed. It's very different. It has Frank Oz directing, and he has his tendencies in the movie, and I think a lot of those tendencies work. But I mean, it has cool scenes. There's a lot of cool scenes. But here's my problem. I think as a kid, I know this is the reason this one didn't really stick with me as a kid, and it's not because it was bad. It's just, the first two were just so spectacular, and the other ones are a little more distinct than this one. You know, this one had great bits in it. It holds up well looking back at certain parts of it. Bear in mind. But here's my two problems. I think it boils down to what Kermit the Frog said in the movie. You know, something's missing, and there is something missing with that. In addition to that, it drags, especially as a kid, it felt like it dragged a lot. As a kid, it drags in places. But I think I found out what the main problem is. I think I found out that something missing is from the movie. With that change in formula, it's that the Muppets aren't together. It's just Kermit alone. They're all spread to the four corners. I think that was probably a mistake.
Yeah.
And because you have like this
I
thing
mean,
where
it did lead to a great song and a great emotional moment, and I think structurally, from a story perspective, it was probably, I don't know. I guess like it's a mixed bag. Like from an emotional perspective, it's like, to tell you the truth, when I watched this again, I was kind of taken aback by how quickly saying goodbye happens into the movie. Like, I remember it being more towards the halfway point and not, like, the end of the first act.
Yeah, let me
the
throw
movie
this in.
moves surprisingly fast, and then it kind of just stops.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, they fit everything that usually happens in a Muppet movie in, like, the first half. And then it does everything else, like the amnesia plot and then Manhattan Melodies and all that shit.
Yeah, let me throw this at you. Can you remember an instance where you had, for an extended period of the film, a Muppet character by themselves without another Muppet to bounce off of, like an extended period?
Muppet Treasure Island.
No, you had Gonzo and you had Rizzo. That's two Muppets together.
Yeah, but that shit just got really old, and there wasn't.
Fair enough. I'm saying.
There wasn't enough of the other Muppets to kind of balance it out.
And there's another one with some flaws, with a similar flaw in that. It's like they're not together enough. It still was fun, man. It's like any other films. It's just like it's a Muppet by themselves, for the most part.
Sure.
Not just one scene. I mean, like when they have a human actor play off, I just mean they're alone without another Muppet in the scene for like a majority. Like
No, you're right.
I think that's the mistake of it. It's like Miss Piggy's there, but she's not interacting with her. She's watching him. And don't run.
Although I do have to say, one of
Yeah.
my favorite moment is has to do with Miss Piggy
Oh, of
watching
course,
them.
I'm with you there. But you know, you see what I mean? It's, they need to bounce off each other. It's not bad necessarily, but just it works for like segments, but it doesn't gel together well. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? And I think that's the key weakness of the film. That's why it's not as memorable, because when they're not together, it's just like they're not the Muppets. They're a Muppet, but they need to be the Muppets. You know,
well said.
Something like that. But again, it's not a bad film. It's just something's missing in it. That's it to a nutshell.
All right. So with that in mind, let's move on to charisma of character. I think that's a good transitioning point, because here we talk about all the individual story arcs and roles that these Muppet characters have throughout the movie. So,
like, what's likable about him in this movie? You know.
Yeah, I guess the main one to start with, of course, is Kermit, because as we already established, he has by far the most screen time out of any of them.
Of course.
I mean, I love Kermit the Frog.
How do you not love Kermit? How does anyone not? Even Hitler loves Kermit the Frog.
You didn't know Kermit the Frog?
Everyone loves Kermit the Frog. Come on.
He died too soon, and I don't mean that as he should still be alive.
What?
I mean mainly that he died too soon to witness the Muppets.
Yeah.
Yes.
If I'm taking that correctly, I think he's talking like Jim Henson died too soon, and
no,
the
Hitler
Muppets...
died too soon.
Oh.
To witness the Muppets.
Oh. Okay, fair enough.
So even like the worst person in the world, they probably love the Muppets to some degree. They love Kermit the Frog to some degree.
Oh God.
You know?
No, but Kermit, I mean, he's got, in spite of the fact that the screen time is very unbalanced, I feel like his character arc is certainly very strong, and I really feel like it's a great moral in terms of, like, you know, look, you can't just give up when you get a no. You have to persevere, and quite frankly, as someone who's has a really hard time job searching, I can probably use some of that a little bit.
Born in Africa to get a job interview.
Dude, it terrifies me to even walk in and ask for an application, but I won't even get into it.
So no Afro then.
The economy's really bad in California, and so is the weather and the drought, right, Monkey?
You should bring water. That would get you money. You can start a business. Just
it's
sell
not like
water.
it's not free or anything.
Yeah, let's just say it looks like Urinetown might be getting kind of popular around here.
Oh no! Oh, don't
nasty.
even! Oh shit! Shit!
No, that's disgusting.
No, now that you mentioned that with California, I'm like, fuck.
Sell some good old Nevada water.
Oh God!
It's nice and it's fresh.
Right. So back to the frog.
Somehow they have more of it.
Let's get back to our amphibious friend.
Yes.
So yeah, Kermit the Frog, yeah, you're right, absolutely right. You know, he's determined. You know, we get to see the planning side of Kermit. We get to see kind of like Kermit kind of formulating a master plan. And here's an interesting arc with Kermit here. It's an interesting thing. So in each Muppet film, you kind of get like a different journey with each character for the most part, you know. And with Kermit here, it's that he's we see Kermit alone. That's something we usually don't see. Like until years later with Most Wanted, really. Yeah, when you think about it, again, he's the same with Muppet here. It's kind of an interesting position to put Kermit in. He's kind of alone from most of it. Bear in mind, he's Jenny helping out, but he's really kind of alone and kind of formulating a plan here before the rats get involved, which is awesome. But still, this is a Kermit in a position he doesn't have his friends to rely on, so he's thinking outside the box. And it's Kermit the Frog, who doesn't necessarily like thinking outside the box the way he is. Because remember, he tries going in the office, like the Afro saying, "Lenny, hey." It's bananas. You gotta read this thing. It's Manhattan Noise. You have your people call my people. Okay, bye now. It's like that's not Kermit the Frog, and he realizes.
I love this office. Don't change a thing.
Yeah, exactly. You see what I mean, though? Kermit doesn't like being phony with people. I love that little detail with his characters. Like saying, that's not me. It's not how I like to operate. He just loves being genuine. I think that's a good message and a good arc with Kermit's character. Him realizing, well, what am I going to do alone? I don't have these wacky characters in my life. If I try to be wacky, it doesn't necessarily feel that right.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not the outside the box thinker, but I'm more orchestrating the people who think outside the box. That's what he is, and I think it's him. That's his arc through the thing. I like that. He's putting himself out there. It's not necessarily what he likes to do, but it ends up getting things working and gears moving and things, Mm-hmm.
And then honestly, I think everyone else is just kind of like supporting. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
who else even has really a story arc in this
I
movie
know.
besides Piggy, I guess.
Well, I know that's the thing. They really don't. They have like one
Yeah.
note, one note character arc, so which we can get through like real quick. You know, like what they're doing pretty much is.
I think the Swedish Chef has an arc.
What's the Swedish Chef?
He goes from being like a simple popcorn maker at a movie theater, and suddenly he's on Broadway.
Well, don't forget, he has to integrate the
the extras
3D.
in this movie.
That's his
Yes.
Muppet Vision 3D. He has to integrate the 3D, 80s 3D.
Might I just say, I absolutely freaking love my favorite Swedish Chef bit ever is in Muppets Most Wanted, where it has the Seventh Seal reference.
Jesus Christ.
We'll get to that when we get to that podcast, I guess.
You know,
but yeah.
I didn't realize until like when I looked back and when I was older that the Swedish Chef actually had real hands. I always thought they were puppet hands, but no, they were real hands. When I was a kid, that flew over my head. You know?
All right.
Yeah, the Muppet meets man, quite literally.
To tell you the truth, I would honestly say that probably out of all the side Muppet characters, my favorite storyline is probably Rolf.
Sure, well, let's build to it. Let's get to the other ones first.
Okay.
Let's get to
Okay.
Piggy. Okay,
All right,
so,
well,
you know,
Piggy has a good arc because I feel like I like the relationship between her and Jenny. I like how they start off as like, you know, Piggy's obviously like just super jealous and just shaking with anger whenever she's near her. And then by the end they become genuine friends, and I think that's nice. I really like that dynamic.
hey, Tiki, is it just me or does she remind you of Kirsten Ritter at all?
Who, Jenny?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna take. I think she's. I'm gonna take the Audrey Hepburn role.
Well, yeah, it was definitely an Audrey Hepburn look.
Yeah, I
Kirsten
think she obviously was modeled after Audrey Hepburn.
Yeah. No, I see a little bit of Kirsten Ritter in there also, but yeah, I see. Yeah, definitely is an Audrey Hepburn. But okay, I'm sorry, I just want to bring that up now. Yeah, Miss Piggy. So against Jenny, she gets like in this movie. It's interesting. You know, she's head over heels. She's head over heels in love. It's a one-sided love story. You know, it's kind of what it is. But it's a one-sided. This whole movie, Kermit really, when you think about it, when you really boil it down, Kermit the Frog really shows no affection this big in this movie.
No, he really doesn't.
What do you think about it? I'm saying, no, we're on the goodbye scene. Yeah, I think say it's a friendly.
Well,
goodbye.
yeah, of course, you do have.
What do you think about it? It's like the marriage guy comes out like they say, we're gonna get married. And then it's like,
well, they do bring it up, like she's saying at the beginning of the movie, like, oh, when we get famous on Broadway, we're gonna get married.
When we have the money, Kermit. You know, it's just the fact that it's like it's always her talking about. Like, Kermit is never really, you know, like it's funny. Think about it. Muppet Caper, Kermit's head over heels in love with Lady Holiday / Miss Piggy. This movie, it's Piggy head over heel. Every heel in love with the one-sided love story.
That's actually a really good point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a neat little reflection. There's such a one-sided love story. She's just very jealous of the other woman. You know, let's just say Piggy gets very jealous of the Huggies.
Oh God.
Seriously, the Huggies is like a Hugby-esque line, and I love it. Hugbees.
Hugbees.
Not the Huggies, man. Oh, that's funny.
Here's the Huggy will get you.
Hey, to the point where she.
So Fozzie, like I said, it's basically just like the moment with the frickin' teddy bear that just rips my heart out.
You know, this actually is interesting, though, when you think about it. This kind of Fozzie has a continuing arc when you think about it, with his emotional arc in these movies. He fears loneliness.
Oh,
Kind of
sure,
consistent
absolutely.
thing is, he fears being without Kermit, being without anyone. Because even when he's like kind of being.
Kermit, I don't want to go back to Reno.
Yeah, he just fears loneliness, and he really wants
Yeah, I
Kermit by his side. You know, when Beth is curling up next to him. Kermit.
I would say out of all the Muppets characters, Fozzie is probably the one that is the most endearing.
Oh yeah, well we love Fozzie. Waka waka. You know, those that poor bears being mocked and ridiculed by those cruel old men. Constantly, you know.
Let's see. I do like. You know what I think was a missed opportunity though. I totally think they should have had his uncle in that cave asking him about the Studebaker.
Ah!
That would have been fun, but you know the rule with the Muppet movies, there's technically no continuity.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I'm just saying,
Where's
like, they go
Froggy's
back.
mother during this?
I don't know.
Well, no, it's not. He doesn't just instantly go to his cave. He's just going to a cave.
I know. I think it's cool to see other Muppet Bears, though.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. We get another Muppet Bear in Muppets from Space. You know, you get different breeds of bear there.
Oh, don't fucking remind me of Muppets
Oh,
from
it's
Space.
not as bad as you're building it.
Yes, it is.
It is
yes,
not as
yes,
bad.
yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, yes. Don't say it's that bad. It is that bad.
No, you just said it. It's not that bad.
All right. Speaking of Muppets in fucking space, Gonzo.
Oh,
I
do
really
not
wish
say a harsh
you
word about
could've done
Gonzo.
that. I really wish the stunt had worked. I mean, no, maybe that's not the right wording, at least to see what it would have been like if he actually did it. I don't know. Am I making sense?
You're saying if he actually got to do the water skiing stunt?
Yeah.
No, he never would have been able to do it. It's impossible to shoot.
I know. Some of the stunts just sound so amazing. Like, I don't know, maybe like he actually does it, and then something goes wrong somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
But of course, you know, it's Gonzo. It's Gonzo.
Yeah. I like that him and Camilla are back to kind of having a loving relationship again.
Yeah,
after-
technically, remember there's a really hilarious gag with Gonzo. It's not.
At
It's
the
not.
beginning.
Is it?
What, mouth to beak resuscitation?
Yeah, that's not Morning Moments, is it? Well, you know, the hilarious thing there says, is she okay? Here's something interesting.
I think we're engaged.
You know, there's something hilarious about that, too, is that Miss Piggy actually shows some concern for Camilla in this scene. That's kind of against her.
She does.
Usually she knows nothing about Gonzo. Not a care in the world, usually. It's like, Gonzo, is Camilla okay? That's what I mean, we're engaged. And he has, like, also, I love this. Gonzo has, like, the Groucho eyes in that scene, too. He has Groucho eyes, and I love that. Also, I noticed a weird thing with Animal, by the way, in this movie. I could be wrong. This is the first time I noticed this.
What?
You know, usually they do a thing when they're Muppeteering him that he has, like, he's, like, kind of, like, always kind of at rest, or, like and then the eyes go wide. When they do it, which is, like, standing around the scene, his eyes are, like, fully closed, so pretty much. It's not like just, like, half open like they usually are. It's like they're fully closed. He looks like he's asleep walking around. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
This
Well,
is
the Electric Mayhem, they do their thing. I really do like the continuing running joke of Janice being the last person talking after the crew gets shot.
Yep, and this time it's like, I don't care if it's for artistic modeling.
It's always
What was it in the second one?
in the second one. It's
I want to go to a beach and be naked. That's my business.
So it's always about her
stay
getting nude.
It's always about her talking to her mother, by the way. It sounds
Right.
I think it's always her talking to her mother.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay, anyway, so let's see. So also the Electric Mayhem Band doing Oktoberfest, pretty funny.
Yeah.
I think Butson and Honeydew I'm sorry. I think Honeydew and Beaker are criminally underrepresented in these movies.
Yeah, they don't
Are
even
they?
appear until
Yeah.
they're at the stage door.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's
Hi,
any
you're here now for some
like
reason.
Sandy Eagle and Bunsen Honeydew. They were in the wedding in the end, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah, and that's
That's a
it.
shame.
Yeah.
Sandy Eagle couldn't get a better
Honeydew
team.
doesn't even say anything.
The shame he couldn't say, I don't think they're going to go through with it. I don't know. Might be
Yeah.
me. Okay, let's see. So then, of course, probably our best.
I don't even think Sweetums is in this at all.
Are you sure he's not in the wedding at the end?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Really?
I don't think he is
that's-
either.
That's a crime, then.
It is. It is.
Oh man, that's a Muppet
Well,
crime.
once again, it's continuing the theme of Sweetums
He's off
getting left
looking for a
behind.
bunny.
No, he's
that's
still trying to catch up and go to Hollywood.
No, here's what happened. It's like he gets a call one day. He says, "Hey, Sweetums, we're making a movie." A movie? I'm there! And he basically runs towards the set. Takes him months. And then says, he calls, "Kermit, where's the movie?" "We already shot it, Sweetums." "No!
Oh my god.
But we get another one. Yay!" And, well,
And you're probably not going to be in that much either.
yeah. Maybe a cameo, maybe a walk-on role, but then they basically have to shoot the scene. Well, we're done. That's the last shot of the movie.
Exactly.
Okay, anyway, so let's see. So then we got Scooter.
Right,
Yes.
I like Scooter's arc, yeah.
Scooter's pretty funny. It makes
Yeah.
sense. His uncle owns a theater, so he's like in the theater business, so to
I
speak.
really like the fact that he...
That's actually a callback to the Muppet Show.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I really like the fact that
It is.
it carries over the tradition of Muppets riding bicycles
Yeah.
in these movies.
Yeah.
Okay, I think
And
that's about...
remember New Zealand and the boomerang fish, and like the that's hilarious, like that Jaws type movie.
New Zealand.
Also
Seen
Rizzo.
it 97 times.
Yep, seen it 97 times, and he loves doing it. But yeah, also Rizzo the Rat kind of finally getting his. He was technically introduced in Caper, but now he gets a name and everything. You know?
Yeah, he's like really introduced in this one.
Yeah. And he's still not with Gonzo yet.
Yeah,
No.
actually, in the new Muppet Show, they're going to be writing partners, Gonzo and Rizzo.
Yeah, I wish they'd break them up.
Why?
What? How dare you?
No, we're getting to a point where this is going to be a problem going forward.
All right, well, look.
How?
Let me see if I can sway you. It's the idea that Gonzo's the head of the writer staff, and Rizzo and Walter. Wait, is it Rizzo and Pepe? Or
No. Look, I'm just saying in terms of, like, I think the 90s, like, the Muppets very much just forced these two together, and I just think it got old, and I think their routine is just played out.
What about Christmas Carol? They were great there.
They were great in Christmas Carol.
They're pals.
They were fine
They
in
went
Treasure
grocery shopping
Island, I
together.
guess.
Well, which?
And then they were fucking intolerable in Muppets from Space.
Oh,
Well, it's
you're
because
kidding.
everyone was intolerable in Muppets from Space.
You can't just hold their relationship up to the one movie. Come on.
But which would you rather? Gonzo and Rizzo or Seymour and Pepe?
Wait, Seymour?
And Pepe.
From Muppets Tonight.
Oh, right. Oh, wait, so Seymour, is Seymour the purple one?
Yeah, Seymour's like the
No, I
elephant
thought Cliff is the
sort of
purple
thing.
one.
No, yeah, Cliff is like pink.
Yeah, no, pink.
Seymour's
well,
Seymour's kind of like an elephant, but also not.
That's an apt description. That helps.
I mean, it's hard to describe. He's a Muppet. He's
Barely-
Muppet-esque.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so, Scooter, Boomerang, Fish, Rizzo. Okay, so I guess we got the best one for last then.
Best one for last. Who would be the best one?
Rolf.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is probably, out of the three movies, would you guys wager to say this is probably the most screen time he has?
Probably.
No, he had more time in Muppet Movie.
You think so?
Yeah,
Okay.
he sang a song with him and he was in the movie, so, you know.
And he magically appeared after the reel broke?
Yes.
Well, that's because the reel broke.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Not much to say about Rolf. I just.
No,
I
it wasn't
actually
just,
like the
what about
idea.
my story? It says, oh, want to come with us? Sure. Wasn't just like that. But yeah, so it was really hilarious. You know, like he's working. First of all, he's working in a kennel. This, you know, what this reminded me of, and I really loved about it, Tiki.
Sprocket? Did it remind you of Sprocket?
No, but now I think about it, that makes it even better. But no. It would have been hilarious if Sprocket. It would have been hilarious if Sprocket was there.
They should have done that. Oh my god! Although I think this probably predates Rival
Well,
Rock.
actually, interestingly enough, here's the story behind it. When they were working on this, this was right after the Muppet Show went away. He did not Labyrinth. He did Dark Crystal.
Right, and that's why we have the whole. Well, we'll talk about it in the song, but that's why Together Again is there.
Anyway, so he did Jim Henson did Dark Crystal, and unfortunately, you know, if I remember this correctly, I might be confusing this with Labyrinth, so correct me if I'm wrong here, guys.
Both of them were financial bombs.
Yeah, okay, I'm right with that then. So yeah, this one didn't do so well, so he decided to go back doing some lighter stuff. You know, it's kind of something he knew he could, you know, knew they could do, and you know, also the reason Jim Henson didn't direct this movie and why Frank Oz was kind of handed it is because, you know, Jim Henson was like working on getting Fraggles off the ground at this point, so that's probably why Sprocket's not there yet.
Fraggle Rock premiered in '83.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I just looked it up.
Well, still getting it off the ground in a year in, I guess.
Yeah, it's still
The
his
point
first
is-
season.
Yeah. Also, he was also Sesame Street was starting to come into the fray at the same time too. Like he was in the work. He was getting popular, I guess. That's why they were appearing in this movie, probably. The point is, like, Jim Henson was stretched really thin in this movie, and there's actually a great story that the actress Jenny, the actress that plays Jenny Shia, she saw Jim Henson. She didn't get to work with him a lot. Usually Brian Henson had to fill in a few times for him.
And that's a precursor right there.
Yeah, and filling in for him because he was really busy. But when she did work with Jim Henson, he was so nice. He was stretched all over in all sorts of directions because he had so many commitments at this point.
Sure.
They were in a park during the scene. I guess one of the Huggy scenes, perhaps. You know, one of them. like the jogging scene, probably. You
Yeah.
know, they're in a park, and basically Jim Henson's told, you got to get out of here. You got something to do. And he sees a bunch of kids around. And the kids are entranced by the frog, obviously. And basically, he spent 40 minutes when he had to go every minute just entertaining these children because he's such a wonderful human being.
Oh, that's great. That's
good old Jim Henson.
I think that just goes to show you that Kermit the Frog is like Jim Henson's soul.
He is. I mean, if you're gonna have a soul, if you have like a representation of your soul, it better be Kermit the Frog.
Right.
But then, so Rolf, what I loved about Rolf was that it reminded me so much of the Jimmy Dean show appearances with Rolf, which I really loved. You know, those are always great. The Jimmy Dean appearances.
Exactly.
They're hilarious.
That's going back, man.
Yeah, I mean that's where he got his popularity. Rolf kind of put the Muppets on the map with that.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Anyway, so the whole Snookums. He's a dog panel.
I feel like that's about it for the characters.
Yeah, that's it for the characters. Okay, let's standout stars. What are our three main live-action stars here?
I don't know. You tell me, because I don't have them in front of me.
Okay, Juliana Donald, who plays who plays Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she very nice, very pleasant. I've heard her in the interview to sharing that Jim Henson story. She has fond memories working on this. And I really love the chemistry. Let's talk about just Jenny. I think she has really great chemistry with Kermit the Frog. I think she's so nice and pleasant.
She does. I mean, I think in some respects she's a little bit of a Mary Sue type of character.
Yeah,
Mary Sue.
I agree.
Richard Blue, do you want to explain the Mary Sue thing?
I mean, it's just where, like, she's kind of just, like, generic, right?
Okay, just
generically nice.
Yeah.
I kind of like that in the character. And plus, she has sort of the story role. She can draw, she can do fashion design, she made the costume. She had a practical role, too, which you got to give her.
She did.
She seemed very pleasant.
My favorite element of her in this movie is definitely her relationship with Miss Piggy.
Yeah. She befriends Miss Piggy. That's a good little arc they got there. And she doesn't lay malice towards Miss Piggy. She's
no, not at all.
And also, I gotta tell you too, it's like Kermit has like a slew of like great leading ladies to work with. I thought she was nice too.
Yeah, I would also wager to say that out of all the Muppet movies so far, she's probably the most major human role.
I gotta tell you, with the new Muppet show, I kind of wish Kermit ended up with a human girl like this one. Because
I like the pig thing.
The pig thing's funny, but I'm just saying with this though is
I say, Gonzo, I'm attracted to pigs.
Me too. Yep. But I'm just saying, like, if there was any like, cause watching this movie kind of remind me, I kind of wish Kermit ended up with a girl like this. It's very pleasant. They have good chemistry together. I don't see why it couldn't work.
Well, you know what? It's. I mean, the whole joke with Kermit and Piggy is like, a pig and a frog. It's like, let's not even get into the whole human bestiality thing.
We have to wait until the Most Wanted for that one.
Oh God! Yes, and we will tackle that.
That one's going to be that one's going to be a twisted one because we got all sorts of weird stuff going on in the movie with relationships.
There's still got a little bestiality in this movie also with Brooke Shields and Masterson.
Yeah.
Right. Believe in interspecies romance.
Oh,
I'm surprised that they're pushing the edge in these movies a little. I'm surprised they got away with that line.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so let's see. So also we got Louis Zorich, who played Pete. Yeah, he was good.
I mean, he's just like your typical like New Yorker diner owner. There's not much to the character.
The interesting thing with his dialogue. The interesting thing with his dialogue is that he makes absolutely no sense when you really analyze what he's saying. It's kind of funny. Peoples and peoples. Just keep saying peoples. Right. That's about it. Now I like our third guy.
Tyler Perry.
Now I like this third. I like this third guy a lot. I don't remember. I like Juliana Donald as Jenny, but I also like Lonnie Prince as our Crawford.
Lonnie Crawford.
Lonnie. I'm sorry. What?
Ronnie Crawford.
Something Crawford.
Ronnie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is Lonnie Crawford.
Ronnie.
I'm sorry. I keep hearing Lonnie because the guy's name's Lonnie. So it's like one letter. But yeah. So seriously.
Lenny.
Not the binoculars.
Sit down. Lenny's in the hospital.
No, seriously. The Ronnie Crawford character, I think he's a good match for Kermit the Frog. When you think of it, it's like an innocent guy trying to break into the business, kind of a human reflection almost in a way, you know.
I almost kind of wish he got a little bit more development. I kind of feel like he's he turned in a little too late in the movie.
It's like had they played it right.
I like how they foreshadow him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in that opening the nose scene, like all the door slamming in the face scene.
Very true, very true.
Yeah, you're right, Monkey. You have some good foreshadowing there. But, it's kind of like if they had...
Not as good as the Charles Grodin foreshadowing.
No, of course not. I mean, that's fantastic. And me. Dun, dun. Oh, I love that movie so much. Any movie reference. But, anyway, with that, though, it's like they were going for an Austin Pendleton type character, but they didn't have enough time for him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So they were trying that, and I think it was good for what he was, and the role he serves, because one of my favorite scenes which we'll get into, you know. Anyway, so I guess that's all we got for the standout stars. So without further ado, let's get to
the Cameo Checklist.
Huzzah!
Look at it. Look at it.
Look at it.
It's as beautiful as it is illegible.
We're gonna have like a Hall of Fame for jokes, you know? That one along with "Are you rushing? Are you dragging?"
Oh God. Oh, and we never explained the Thornberry one.
No, I don't want to explain the Thornberry one. We were talking about bestiality on this one. I don't want to talk about the Thornberry thing.
Well, we'll have to explain it to Monkey at some point.
Eventually, we'll talk about it.
I have an idea of what you're getting at.
Yeah, it's not a pretty story. It's really not a pretty story.
Like, I kind of saw where you used it in the Santa Experience, so...
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh, that's when I got it.
That's all on you. That's all on you.
What's on me? No, I told you to drop it. You kept bringing it
up.
No.
I brought it up, but you were the one that twisted it.
Well, you kept the fire going.
You just took it to extremes.
Can we just agree it's all Jafar's fault?
What?
Yes, it is.
What?
This is all your fault, Jafar.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
We need to bring that back. Fucking Barbara ruined that gag.
No, Barbara
was years ago.
She earned it, though.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm just saying, like, she ruins everything.
So dang it, Barbara. I like dang it, Barbara. That's funny. Yeah. Dang it, Barbara.
I know, but this is all your fault, Jafar. That's just classic.
Okay. Anyway, so it's Cameo Checklist. Let's go through them.
Okay, we have Dabney Coleman.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know who.
So guys, let's just go around Robin's announcing who we remember these guys are. Okay. So Dabney Coleman is our sleazy, fake producer who wanted to charge Muppets $300 a head to get their film on Broadway. Stole that poor old lady's life
savings. Was still alive at the time. What if he played that character? That might have been fun.
Who?
Zero Mostel.
Oh, that'd been great. If only. I could see that actually.
Yeah, kind of a producer's callback.
Yeah.
We have Francis Bergen.
Yes, Francis Bergen.
I remember Francis Bergen as Mr. Winsop's receptionist. Winsops, I'm sorry.
John Landis' character secretary, and speaking of which, John Landis' character is?
He is not on the wiki.
No, Mr.
Oh, yes, he is. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Right. Like Lenny
is Leonard Winesop.
Yeah, because
a theatrical producer.
Yeah, Kermit the Frog's going there, said Lenny. That whole thing. Next,
David Lazar.
David Lazar, he is he's the patron during the Whisper campaign, if I'm remembering correctly.
He's a Sardi's customer.
Yeah.
Yes.
The whole what's this about Manhattan melodies?
The great Liza Minnelli.
Well, of course, no explanation. Just as herself.
Yep, she gets herself.
Yeah. And by the way, I hear she cries a lot. By the way.
Let's see.
Fun fact there. It's all.
We have Vincent Sardi Jr.
Oh, that's awesome! I love that they got him in there. It's like he's reacting to all this chaos going on in his restaurant. That's nice. And by the way, Sardi's is a really nice place, by the way.
Where is it in the city?
It's like
wait,
right across from the Hubert Theater, isn't it? Like next to the Helen Hayes, I think.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I looked it up like somewhere, like I think before we went on the broadcast.
I've always wanted to go since I've seen this movie, but I've never actually looked for it.
Every time
I mean, I
the
think
fact that it's expensive.
I kind of noticed it, but didn't think much of it because I didn't really know about it at the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Remember, it's always mentioned in the producers. Lunch at Sardi's every day.
Okay, then I think we need to take a moment to really commemorate this. You know what? I'm gonna make an award just on the spot. Okay?
Well, who is
Do
it?
you have a trophy?
No?
Yes. No, I don't have a
Good.
trophy, but I have a
Monkey,
title.
do you have
I
a trophy? You
title.
have all the props. Do you have a trophy somewhere?
I could write something on a post-it.
That's...
All right.
I don't
I'm
know.
going to have the honorary Steve Martin Golden Short Shorts Award for Best Cameo.
Okay, you write that down, Monkey. Go on.
Okay, where's the pencil? Okay, say that to me again.
The honorary Steve Martin Golden Short Shorts Award for Best Cameo in a Muppet Movie.
I fully expect you to dip short shorts in gold.
Yeah, bronze and Tiki. Go on.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Actually, just get C-3PO underpants, and we'll use that.
Because I totally have a pair of short shorts that I wear.
No, just
now.
buy some
I mean, I don't know what
C-3PO
you do out in
underpants.
California. All I know is it's an entirely different culture.
Yes, it is. I can attest to that.
Goddamn Mad Max out there.
Okay.
We have it? Okay, everyone, give a drum roll. Give a drum roll so Tiki can announce
Wait,
it.
Is my shuffling cards loud enough?
No, Monkey, you have to make some noise so people can see it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I sound like a motorboat or something revving up.
Okay. And the honorary Steve Martin Golden Short Shorts Award for Best Cameo goes to Joan Rivers. Give it up. Oh my God.
Unless you're watching a TV edit.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. They cut the
Yeah.
best cameo out of the TV edit.
She was a great cameo.
Yeah, I'm getting wacky
While I
with
was
Miss
paranoid
Tiki.
about trailers, I've been paranoid about TV edits.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. What I love about this cameo is that it's like at first it's like obviously Miss Piggy is like the crazy one because she's all coming in seething jealous, and then Joan Rivers is, she's just trying to be nice. She's like, "Oh, hon, you're good. Let's give you a minute." But then Joan Rivers,
What are you wearing?
like halfway through this bit, Joan Rivers just turns the crazy up to 11.
She does. Like,
Yeah.
they're pummeling each other with makeup, and it's hilarious.
And I mean, it's great.
It is. Hey, way to commit, Joan Rivers. Good. Kudos to you. You earned that. You earned those short shorts.
I like Joan
Okay,
Rivers.
I have hung up that post-it on the
Oh dear.
up in here.
Good, good. Keep it there so when we use it again, we'll have it.
Never forget.
Never forget.
I'm putting it in a different spot. There we go.
And of course, John Cleese was the winner of the Golden Short Shorts Award for Great Muppet Caper.
Yeah, and of course,
This is
Steve
going to be a
Martin.
thing.
Of course,
Yeah,
Steve Martin. Okay, and then we have.
I lost who I nominated for the Short Shorts Award, but it's fine.
We have James Coco.
As
As
Mr.
James
Scuffington.
Coco as Mr. Skeffington.
certainly the man with Snookums the dog.
Yes.
Oh yes. We have Art Carney.
That's the guy I nominated. I loved him in this. He was my favorite
Yeah,
cameo.
I wish we got to hear more of his backstory.
Yeah, I just love the interact. I gotta tell you, a really sweet scene. Just like it's this moment between the father and son, just like just give each other a hug, and when Kermit's like saying thanks, Dad, like they hug each other. It's so sweet. Other than that, though, it's this idea that a guy who's just denouncing what his son's proposing here is like, no, of course people will buy it. Though did I say that? Did anyone say that? Art Carney's a good actor. He communicated a lot with the little time he had. I thought.
Sure.
So here's a really good father-son bond there. Like, I think you're nuts for going this, but I support you because you're my son and I love you. That sort of thing.
Right.
I
He
thought
started to
that
tell
was sweet.
something about when he was starting out, but cut off. Nope, we're never going to hear it, however interesting it is.
All right, Gregory Hines.
Gone. Yeah, I think that's probably my favorite scene in the movie is his.
Oh yeah, see, that's hilarious.
His with Kermit and Piggy.
Great. Well, he actually remember we probably should have given it to him, or at least renamed the award because he kind of fits actually the mold for it, the Short Shorts Award. Because remember, he says, "I just like
to run around in shorts."
And then I love this. I love the camera holds on him running away.
Oh God.
The camera holds on him running away in the shorts from behind.
I just love the writing of that scene, like his involvement, and then how Kermit and Piggy like just the way it culminates.
The Huggies.
Cared. Well, I care too. Why don't you say so? I just did. All right. I think the bit where the moment where they just devolve into just screaming at each other, that's probably the big laugh in the movie.
Walk, Pig, walk. You know, but yeah, it is always just him like playing mediator and just like taking each person's side, you know.
Yeah.
just like the Huggies.
I'll unlike them all you fight. Just keep going.
Yeah, but I'll take the skates off while you fight. Don't worry.
You know what? Keep the skates.
Yeah, and anyway, also with that, just the idea he goes back and forth. Nice. That's the Huggies will get you, like eventually we said earlier. Really hilarious.
Yeah, and he's just so into it.
Yeah, this guy was good. He's
gotta sell the show.
Okay.
So we have a completed first page of the Cameo Checklist. That's
next.
Ooh.
And we're only 3 movies in.
Yeah. Okay, so Brooke Shields.
Yep.
What?
Brooke Shields.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're the patron of Pete's.
Linda Lavin.
Linda Lavin was the doctor for Kermit the Frog, and she did a good job, I thought.
Mayor Edward I. Koch.
That was a fun. I love a Gonzo you talk to this guy. That was hilarious.
And finally, we have all the big Sesame Street characters at the end. We already have Big Bird, but we also have Bert and Ernie, Cookie Monster, Grover, and of course, the incomparable, the Count.
You know what's kind of funny about that cameo?
What?
All the Sesame Street characters on one side, when you think about it, I mean, even though the sides don't match up when you really look into it, but if you think about it, like, Kermit the Frog got his big break on Sesame Street, so...
Oh, yeah, sure.
So, you know, I mean, it's kind of like, that's his side of the family, so to speak, and the rest of the Muppets, that's kind of Miss Piggy's area, even though she doesn't have much family there. I mean, the pigs are in this section over there, too, so, I mean, that's her. Well, I mean, according to Muppets from Space, that's her family.
Side, though.
What?
I mean, Link Hogthrob should be on Kermit's side, though.
Probably. Well, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. Yeah, they're all there for the wedding. That's the point.
Okay, so...
The question is, what gifts did they give? That's the question.
So there we go. We are on our second page of the Cameo Checklist. Okay. What's next?
Yes, what is... Okay, next we have the a musical interlude.
Okay. We got some good ones here. So, obviously with
Together Again?
Yeah, Together Again, obviously the whole context of it is like, hey, we took some time off, the Muppet Show is gone now, but we're back together.
Yeah. That's what's communicated, and that's kind of that's a really subtle fourth wall reference, but unfortunately that's the problem with the fourth wall references in this movie, a little too subtle.
Yeah, there's not a ton of them.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's the thing. Yeah, if any, you're right. I'm saying that's the closest thing we get to a fourth wall.
The first two just, like, absolutely thrived in the fourth wall stuff.
Yeah, but, still, Together Again, it's a good song, but really oddly played. Let me talk to you guys about this. Let me ask you this. What do you think of the whole... Some people have taken great issue with the college idea. Then this turnaround, graduating college with a song in mind.
I mean, I think, like, I don't have an issue with the plot. What I have an issue with is it's what starts the whole movie.
Yeah, I don't know. The college thing, I don't know. It's I mean, it's okay, but it's really kind of weak.
The only thing I'll tell you, like, as a college student myself, is they do nail the whole kind of, like, you have no idea what the fuck you're gonna do. You have no idea, like, how to make money at this point in your life. So it's like they nail that element of being a college student.
I don't necessarily think that's necessary. I think they could have been fine without the college angle.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's not something that really bothers me, but it's not something that I think brings a ton to the movie either. It's just kind of there.
Yeah, okay, anyway, so we get Together Again.
It's just sort of in some ways, for me at least, it is sort of a little bit of an odd idea. Like, yeah, we're college graduates. The Muppets, yeah, we're college graduates.
I mean, I
right,
think
exactly.
I
That
think
the Muppets even had the patience to go through college. I mean,
Certainly
maybe that's
Kermit does.
I guess.
You know,
I
I like
think
to
the college
I like to
plot
think,
point grounds it more.
I like to think
And I
that
think
Kermit
that's
has a
the point.
PhD. I'd like to think
Right.
that.
No. I agree with what AdvBlueDude just said. I definitely do think that the college thing grounds it. And like I said, AdvBlueDude and I, we of course both are college students, and
Yes.
so we can very much relate to this. It's like, oh, it's not fun trying to find work and trying to be successful when you're a college student. It's rather terrifying.
Yes.
And this movie, I think, really definitely portrays it well. So I think in that regard, I think they had the right idea. I don't necessarily think it's bad at all.
Yeah. Okay, because I'm surprised some people, Muppet fans, get really uptight about it for some reason.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that may say it's I don't need it anywhere one way or the other, but Okay, anyway, so then we got Can't Take No for an Answer, which is catchy. It's a good montage song. You can't.
I mean, it's the electric mayhem song of the movie. It's kind of a staple at this point.
By the way, we got Jeff Moss doing the majority of the songs here, and he did Sesame Street. So not C is for Cookie, but he did. He did Rubber Ducky. That's him. Rubber Ducky, da 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 da. Which kind of fits with the music of the movie.
Sure.
Okay, let's see. So we got Saying Goodbye. Of course, that's kind of the big hallmark of the movie.
Epic.
And really good, really good. Of course, I'd say the touching shot for me. It's I don't know, Rolf the dog hugging people goodbye. I love that.
Yeah, that too, for sure.
That's
but
something.
then you also have Fozzie in the... just the fact that Fozzie has a teddy bear.
Yeah.
Mm,
I mean, he hugs him
he's
with the
lonely,
teddy bear.
Because he's lonely.
Yeah,
Oh,
very
man.
slowly. Okay. So, Ron. Okay, so... Okay, then we give something called I'm Always Gonna Love You.
What?
What?
I mean, it brought about the Muppet Babies.
Yes. Well, let's talk about the Muppet Babies.
Oh,
This is the
Christ.
music part. Okay, so unless you guys want to save it for another section of the show, do we want to talk about it now, or just?
No, I think it's right. Let's talk about it.
Okay, Muppet Babies. Yeah. So apparently, here's the idea. Here's the story behind the Muppet Babies, by the way. So they had when they made a Muppet Babies for this, and they had a series. They realized such a good idea, people wanted to market it instantly. So they figured they got the series ready for production while they were working on this. It was like ready to go once this movie came out. Then the series would be out. That's the idea. So that's basically that's the
cross
story.
promotion there.
Yeah, it'd be great cross promotion. But this,
I mean, the scene doesn't really fit into the movie all that well, but my God, is that song catchy?
Oh my god, yeah, it's a great song.
I gotta tell you though. It's less the song for me, but more how impressive those Muppet Babies look. They look great.
I think it's
Yeah,
probably
the
the most
puppetry's
impressive puppetry in the whole movie.
I mean, the
think.
Miss
I
Piggy,
agree.
and particularly the Miss Piggy Muppet Baby, that's the most impressive to me. It's like, man, that is like the way she climbs up the slide. To me, that's the impressive thing.
Exactly.
Wow,
Yeah,
it's adorable, and you can see the snout and everything. That's amazing. You know, it's so cutesy.
Monkey,
I'm
what's
kind
your
of more in the
thoughts on
camp
Muppet
that finds
Babies?
this sequence horrifying.
What?
You find it horrifying.
You find it horrifying.
You said you find it horrifying.
Kinda.
Why is that precisely?
I don't know, maybe just sort of the designs of it. Something really off-putting about it.
I'll admit, and I will still say this. It is impressive. It is decent, but
I guess I can't deny this impressive puppeteering bit.
Yeah, but I don't think it's necessary though to the plot. We don't need it.
It's absolutely a shameless tie-in.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I think
absolutely
it's
what it is. No one's denying that.
It's kind of interesting, given Jim Henson was kind of anti-marketing too at
Right.
that time.
Well,
I
Oz was
think-
directing.
Oh, well, sure.
I
I
think it
mean,
was,
Jim Henson had to have some say-so on that.
Oh no, he absolutely did. But
It's
I'm sure.
probably he just wanted to get the show out there because I assume some part of him wanted to do the Muppet Babies, something.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that was just him promoting it, less selling something. He was more promoting something in his case, probably.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, Monkey, you were saying?
yeah, I think it was this scene where what was on recently, and my mother was like, "They cut out Joan Rivers' scene, but they left in this."
Oh yeah. Well, they'd be killed if they. But people nostalgically remember this movie purely for that sequence, that and the ending.
Right, yeah, I don't think you can cut this out of the movie. I really don't.
Me, I wouldn't mind seeing the movie, but you know, it's a cool sequence.
Mhm. And I think that's just kind of another downgrade about this movie is that there's no real, like, major Muppet set piece where they really, like, this is the closest they come to really pushing the limits of the puppet.
This is their bike scene, so to speak. And this is their.
But I think as cool as it is, I think it pales in comparison to the bike scene.
Of course.
No, it absolutely does.
Listen, Monkey, let me say this. I relate to you on that. When I was a kid, it wasn't so much it was terrifying to me, but it was more so that it was really weird to me. Like, why is this in here? Like, give me Kermit, give me full-grown Kermit, not a sailor suit. What's going on here? What's happening? We were taking a stroll in a stagecoach. What happened? You know, it was less is it was a little bit of that. Okay. Let's see. So I'm gonna always love you. Then we got right where I belong. This is a decent song.
Yeah,
right where I belong. Yeah.
Look at us. And it showed up in the Muppets as well.
Remember, wait, you sure? Right where I belong, it was the Muppets.
No, I'm thinking Together Again. Sorry.
Yeah, Together Again's in Muppet Most Wanted.
And it showed up in the first Muppets.
No.
Yep.
Wait, you sure?
Walter was playing it on piano.
Oh, he was playing it. Doesn't mean they were singing it.
He was singing it.
Oh, he was?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Briefly, very briefly.
Oh.
It was more just like a little wink and nod.
Okay, I'm
testing
sorry.
the waters to use terrible CG in the next movie.
I don't mean the real. You mean at the end for the fireworks?
No, this was like right when they were starting to refurb the Muppet Theater.
Oh, right. Okay. So, yeah, right where I belong. You know, it's a decent song. I like how it was built through the whole movie. Remember, they kept singing like the demo song, like here's how it starts. Okay, stop. No, I am allergic to amphibians.
Lyrics are relevant to the situation. What a coincidence.
Yep. Okay, so let's see. Then we got Somebody's Getting Married. Somebody's Getting Married.
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes absolutely no sense.
I just like the Swedish Chef lines.
Okay, so when you say it doesn't make any sense, do you mean like it just kind of comes out of nowhere, or just?
I mean, we are singing the show Manhattan Melodies, and then suddenly the movie just turns into Kermit the Frog and Piggy getting married, and then
it's part of Manhattan Melodies.
Yeah,
it's part of Manhattan Melodies.
He kept talking about a wedding throughout the whole thing. He says, but we have a wedding, but I don't know, there's something missing. That's what he keeps saying throughout the movie. They never really
something missing was the Swedish Chef. Damn it, they got it.
Yeah. You know, I always
remember like after we had watched that movie in that film class, I was commenting about how, like some friends, about how I felt that Broadway Lion King had something felt missing from that. A good friend of mine goes, I know what's missing. It needs more frogs and dogs and bears and whatever.
Yeah, which, by the way, that's a big flaw in that movie, by the way. Just they all suddenly know how to do the thing.
Yes, that is... Oh, God, man.
That is a big flaw. Like everyone else...
Disbelief.
It's like they all went out of their way... No, here's the thing, though.
Sorry, I cannot stretch my suspension of disbelief far enough so that all these random people who... God knows how much training they've had in this.
I mean, it's like four bears
that were the and the choreography and all the songs and harmonies. They just know
what they want.
Like less than.
I'm taking AdvBlueDude side on this. I think it's like if you question logic in the Muppets, it's. No, the Muppets are inherently.
This goes a bit too far for me.
Let me tell you why it goes too far. Here's the exact reason. Let me just tell you one reason, okay? It's because they went out of their way to smartly explain why all the other Muppets know what's going on, because they rehearsed while they were searching for Kermit. That's why they're all ready to go with it, and that's why they're not just floundering at the last minute to do it.
Wait, why can't we assume that they taught the others?
No, because they got them. They were waiting in the wings, and they were there. Like,
so how do you know that they weren't showing them?
They just
because they didn't have any intention of them being on stage until Kermit said, "We need more."
And they're able to easily flex the blocking around to accommodate everyone into this.
You were thinking way too much into this Muppet
movie. I'm just saying it's one. They all suddenly know what to do.
How does a felt puppet get amnesia? That's my
He gets hit in
question.
the head.
It's not a question of it being a felt puppet. It's
He breaks a
character
finger. I don't
being
know.
Like in universe, Kermit's not really a felt puppet, is he?
And in this universe, musicals can happen out of nowhere.
Well, he kind of is.
I'm-
Well,
I guess there's just certain things that people just can't stretch their suspension of disbelief enough for.
Oh, I understand.
No matter what the circumstance.
I don't know. I guess he's constantly at the end of the in the Muppets, the 2011 version. They all like spontaneously got in the song, then they all passed out because it was so exhausting.
Wait, what?
Remember in the Muppets, the town, they sang the "Life's a Happy
Life's
Song."
a Happy Song.
And then they all passed out at the end because they were so exhausted by it. It was
I
just,
know I'd say that's a little different. That seems a little more like, not quite a fourth wall joke, but like there's a different context to it.
Oh yeah, I kind of get what you're saying, but
Like-
you know, it's
Like
yeah.
it's more of just a breaking out a song joke, and this is putting together of an actual Broadway production.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. So then with some ways we get a song called he'll make me happy in the ceremony, which if you have the ceremony is just a name for the score, or if that's an actual song. Do you guys remember?
He'll make me happy?
Oh, no, not he'll make me. I'm saying the ceremony following that. So there's,
Oh, yes, it
I'm
is a
pretty sure
song.
oh, so the ceremony is a song. Okay, I was
It's the
wondering.
one where the priest is doing all the
In a
weddings.
four-walled set, if I may.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Four-walled
kind of.
set in. How does that work in a stage production?
You've
Yeah.
never seen a four-walled set on Broadway? It's magical.
Can they have like a
How does this
turntable?
work? I mean, the audience in the house can't see any of this. There's not. No, this is just some enclosed room. I mean, the way it's set up, it's almost like they just go back through, like off
You
stage,
can't
just
see
flip
that.
the wall and just
Oh,
go
no,
in
I
behind
want
the
someone to
stage.
make that now. I want to see that.
That's
Like,
exactly
it's like-
what, right. That's what I was talking about when I was talking about like how the movie suddenly goes from like a Broadway show to Kermit and Piggy's Way. Is that literally the entire setting changes? It's like
It gets a
I'm-
little bit more dreamlike, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be kind
Yeah,
of funny. If
I
it
want
was
somebody
like,
to do that, though.
if there's a turntable with like a door set, so basically you push a button, a wall comes down, and people can see it. They turn it, wall comes down.
I
It's
don't know,
way
it's
too
like
complicated,
four walls on
though.
the side.
I know, but wait, like, I'm just saying that'd be like an awesome way to explain that.
All right.
Okay, again, so then we have like he'll make me happy as you're going through the vows, and I guess to the ceremony is like during the I do's, or is that after? This part I can't remember where the songs separate on this one. So I remember he'll make me happy. I forget.
always-
what-
It stops, there's like a little like transitioning note, and then the priest just goes in, and that's the ceremony.
Fun fact about the priest: that is an actual real priest. So technically,
Yes, I
Kermit and
remember.
Miss Piggy are literally married.
Well, technically, those puppets are,
I know. I'm saying those puppets are married. That's what I'm saying.
but those puppets are long decomposed.
Well, probably.
Thanks.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I don't know. But actually, there's a chance. Actually, there's a chance Kermit the Frog's okay.
Kermit might
There's a
still be
chance.
good. He's
Kermit
a
might be
widower
good.
now.
Piggy, well,
Piggy's probably gone.
because they go through a lot of Miss Piggies because
Yeah.
all the physical stuff, and plus, whenever she's in water, they don't do any water after this with her. I'm not sure.
No, but just the material she's made out of.
Really, so the material is kind of like a Yoda-like material then.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like
Look at-
foam.
Yeah, because the Yoda material, the Yoda puppets deteriorate.
Yeah, Piggy would have deteriorated after like 10
Well,
years.
that's a shame. That's like an up scenario with the Muppets right there.
Yeah,
Like
Kermit's a
Kermit just-
widower.
Kermit's just
However,
like,
current Kermit, he's a bachelor.
Okay, so moving on. Killed Miss Piggy. I hope you're happy. Okay.
I mean, I didn't kill her. The nature killed her.
That sounds like the name of a murder mystery or something. Who killed?
No, lack of preservatives killed her. No. Anyway, so let's see. So, seriously, it's kind of a fun fact that Frank Oz got a real priest. I'm sure he didn't tell me one too. By the way, I'm sure he did.
Probably not.
I'm guessing. Okay. Anyway, so then they have the ideas. Yeah, this is a big memorable. This is the other huge part of the movie people remember. It's like the whole the wedding of the century, the whole huge will they won't they that we get again. in Muppets Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it was a big deal. And they want to address the question right now of like, did they get married or are they not married? Of course they're not because it's a different continuity each time. Some people, they dwell on it.
They're married in our hearts.
They're married in our hearts. I love that. I was watching.
Possibly.
You know what's funny? Yeah, you're
What?
absolutely right, eventually. Yeah, 'cause I was watching this Queen Latifah thing where she had on Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy, and she asked them if they're married or not. And they said, well, we're married in our hearts. And Cooper was profusely saying, no, no, no. But, we're married in our hearts, though, Like, legally, not at all, but in our hearts, yes. So absolutely right about that. Yeah, apparently the frog is so afraid of commitment, it's hilarious. Again, we say then we get the ceremony, which has a really nice ending with the moonshot. I love that moonshot, by the way. It's a classy way to end the movie. Yeah, really brilliantly orchestrated too. By the music in this movie, is brilliantly orchestrated.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we forgot one song.
What?
We've sort of. It's not really anything big. The unless I missed us talking about the rat scat.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not exactly a song. But
that's a great little interlude, though.
It's a great interlude. That's not a song, but yeah, you're right.
I mean,
the rat scat is catchy.
Okay, you know what though? I also think it also has probably the single most impressive puppeteering shot in the
does.
butter.
Actually, I forgot about it. Just in general.
Butter.
Yeah, that Monkey. Did you know it's real butter?
What? Wait, what?
Yeah, remember when they're doing a little cooking scene in the kitchen, which, by the way, in itself is like you won't let the rat serve the food, but you're gonna make him cook. It's not Ratatouille.
No, for some reason I get more of an unhygienic feel in this one.
Yeah, so they wash their hands. They got in the dishwasher. That one, you can buy that a guy's gonna.
One of them is bathing in coffee.
It's like you can believe a man can fly. It's like, hey, you will believe a man can fly, you can believe a rat can cook and impress a food critic so much he flashes back to when he was fed Ratatouille when he was a little child. Anyway, I'm sorry though, but what I'm saying is that one of the rats when they're skating on butter on the pan, Monkey, that's real butter.
It's real butter being fried underneath the feet of the Muppet, which is just mind blowing.
Yeah.
I can't believe that's real butter.
And they're cooking in real time, the way they're cooking. Someone write that down.
A joke like that, but I don't know why I didn't.
Someone, Tiki, put that on record. That's hilarious.
All right. Can we please move on because I'm really
we're almost done. We're almost done. So what's our memorable Muppet moment? All around.
Okay, my favorite moment is when Miss Piggy is. I think it's one of the first times she's spying on Kermit and Jenny's giving Kermit the huggies.
Yes. The construction workers?
Yes. The construction workers are all
calling her, and it's
hey, baby.
And she sees the huggies, and then she freaks out.
When she sees the huggies, she flips, and she just... Whoa.
What?
Monkey left.
No!
Oh.
No.
Oh, it was so young.
We gotta do it for him. Let's finish this in a timely manner for Monkey.
For me.
Go ahead and finish it, darn it. You're dishonoring his memory by him waiting.
Oh my god, you guys were the ones who fucking went off on that tangent.
Go on.
I'm sorry, I wanted to talk about the goddamn rat scat because it was scatacular.
Hell, go on.
Okay, so Miss Piggy, she just starts freaking out and starts causing a whole big scene, and then, the whole joke is like, oh, what's going on over there? Oh, it's just New York.
Yeah, that runner. Banging in the bars. The construction worker's terrified.
I mean, I just love it because it's just classic, Piggy being, Yeah.
Holidays.
Okay, moving on.
All right.
Right along.
Monkey, what's your moment?
I don't know.
He was talking to me. Favorite moment would be the scene with Kermit and Piggy and Gregory Hines.
Good.
Least favorite is Manhattan Melodies. The ending sequence. I really don't like it. Like I said, some suspension of disbelief stuff. Also, I don't like the show itself. It just feels like this really bad stereotype of musical theater.
The show itself is incredibly
super cheesy and all sung and all happy and all silly and kind of lame and yeah, that's totally what they're all like. Yeah, next to normal, what a joy fest.
Now you know there's a double-edged sword there because that's the problem with the movies, that you build up this great play you have, when the play's not that good, that's a problem.
I feel like that's kind of the gag.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the other side of it. Is that it's intended to be that way, though, to a degree.
Yeah.
You build it up. It's not supposed to be that
I
impressive.
don't know if it's intended to be as bad as I take it. So.
Well, even Frank Oz years later said he made some mistakes. Maybe he would have liked to change them. He realizes maybe he went too big with the story and the chances he took. Like we'll separate the Muppets and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, okay, so AdvBlueDude.
Wait, do yours first. I need to come back into the call because I can't hear Monkey and I don't know why.
What?
So I'm gonna fix this. I'll be back momentarily.
All right. Okay, my moment is the Sardi scene, pretty much. Just Kermit the Frog. That's a nice little plan. I love seeing Kermit the Frog in like the old timey Orson Welles flourish here. Just like he has the fake mustache, he has this coat like draped over him, looks really cool, and yeah, it's a fun little sequence. Oh yeah, that's my moment. Okay, AdvBlueDude, go.
Good, that's something. This movie kind of jump-started my love for the Swedish Chef. So I really like the two moments that he has in this movie.
For sure.
They
Also, I
do
like
absolutely nothing, but they're beautiful.
Also, the doctor's visit is really good too.
Yes.
All right, and let's move on to the Rainbow Connection.
Not a lot here, so this one goes by real fast. Basically, Animal, saying woman, Animal, the ladies' man. We get that here.
Scooter on the bike.
Yeah, Scooter on the bike. With the theme of bikes, we have Miss Piggy being very jealous.
Oh yes. We
And
don't have a star-crossed lovers moment though. We don't have like those two meeting.
Wait a minute. Well, they reunite. Is that anything?
Do you count that?
Well,
do you
do
count
we
that
have
as
the
the same
eye?
thing?
Do you remember the eye sparkle or no eye sparkle?
I don't. Monkey, do you remember Eye Sparkle? I don't think it happens in the same way it does in the first two.
I think Monkey's frozen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was hoping that wasn't just me.
He was frozen today.
I can't believe it took me that long to notice it.
Okay, anyway, so
Monkey.
He's frozen in carbonite. He'll be fine. Well, unless he didn't survive hypersleep. Unless he didn't survive, then was definitely not.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, goodbye.
And then
Come back. I'll relog in so I can hear you.
Monkey in space. Okay. So let's see. So we got Piggy in Love. We got that as always. Kermit as kind of the Muppet linchpin, which we're going to see definitely in Most Wanted. He's kind of the necessary part of the Muppets there. Gonzo being informed before everyone else. We got a bit of that there.
Janice not stopping talking.
Anything else?
Yes, thank you.
Anything else?
I'd say that's about it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to our final. Well.
Hello?
Whoa.
I have no idea what the fuck was just happening.
He's awakened from hypersleep. Sorry.
Can you hear him, AdvBlueDude?
Yeah.
Can you hear us, Monkey?
What?
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, and for the final installment, let's move on to the Henson Humblement. Oh, yes.
Yeah. What are kind of our morals? What did we learn? What did Jim Henson and Frank Oz, in this case, expout to us in this movie?
Don't give up on your dreams.
Yes.
Which I think is a very important moral. And
also,
I think,
dreams don't come easy.
Yeah, right. Oh, God, of course. Yeah, sure.
I think there's a subtle...
And also, life sucks after college.
Yep. I can't wait to be a dip.
Oh, it's going to be wonderful.
Even then, try to keep going at it.
I think there was some interesting subtext of Kermit with the amnesia, kind of giving it purpose would be in life you will have kind of an identity crisis along the way of accomplishing your dreams. If you don't stick to it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that whole frog thing absolutely represents the whole getting a 9-to-5 job. You know what I mean?
I gotta tell you, as a kid, just even watching it today, it's such a shocking moment. Kermit the Frog gets hit by a car. It's so terrifying. It's like, oh my God! And then they linger on it too, which makes it even worse. I'm like, oh God!
I think the most shocking Kermit moment was probably his ice bucket challenge, though.
Oh God!
He actually could have died during that. But no. Then there's a few other things at home in here.
I think there's a very good message about friendship here, and
absolutely.
Yeah, about like moving on, and how even though like friends come and go, they're still a part of you and a part of who you are, and a part of like what made you the person you are and whatnot.
Yeah. Also, I think there's like a good message with Kermit the Frog about with all the show, the plans and the plots Kermit the Frog came up with. Really, it's be honest and be direct. Be true to yourself in that respect. Stay committed, and you'll achieve what you want ultimately.
Absolutely.
And that, of course, friends helping you in the end. That's another thing that's kind of bad too. So your friends, they can help you in the end when you need them, and they help Kermit regain his memory. They help Kermit with the show. It all turned out swell in the end. But by the way, before just to backtrack for because I forgot something. I wonder, kind of closing thought here is, I wonder what Stantler and Waldorf would think of this. I wonder what they would think of this movie. I think that they'd say about this movie on the whole.
What?
Well, Waldorf, they finally made it to Broadway. Yes, and I already bought tickets. Are they in good seats? Sure are. They're on the next train out of town. Yeah. All right. Easy. What are we talking about next time?
I was trying to do a weird Patrick Star.
There is a next time.
All right. So we just got done with a whole month of podcasts talking about fucking Christmas specials. And we've already talked about this particular movie on another podcast. So because redundancy is redundant, we're going to be talking about the Muppet Christmas Carol next time. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell I'm not entirely enthusiastic about that.
Oh, he'll be fine.
I know.
But Michael Caine.
Yeah.
I know, but we've already talked about Michael Caine in the other
You can never talk about Michael Caine enough.
Exactly. Correct. That is the only correct response.
All right, so until next time.
So cool, he needs a cane to hold up the rest of his name.
Until next time, when we connect once again to the lovers, the dreamers, and us. What do you say, Michael Caine? Really fast, it just sounds like my cocaine.